I doubt Acer will be willing to repair this laptop since it's in a not exactly mint condition and most likely pretty far out warranty. This is mostly me asking, is this a known problem with this specific Acer laptop that I own? I can't remember the name off the top of my head, so it'll be in the title of the video and in the forum post that I do on Acer's community forums. But as you can tell by the sticker, this is the Acer with the Nvidia GeForce GTX at 940 MX, which apparently the camera doesn't want to properly get the... Jeez, even go for a freaking good camera, it still doesn't properly show stuff. I tried doing this with my phone once and it didn't come out any good. But let's see what happens when I boot it up. First thing you'll notice is the screen doesn't turn on. That was my fault. I got completely pissed off at this thing and threw it around, and basically cracked the screen. Now I know I can get a replacement screen myself, but that is something I can easily do myself. Fixing the dedicated GPU, that's something that Acer has to do. Then again, I don't expect them to fix this because again, this, like I said, this laptop's not exactly in the best shape possible. And if I flip it over, you can actually see what other damage is done to it. The bottom panel is basically completely destroyed. I'm going to be getting a new one off eBay, hopefully. I'm missing quite a few screws and quite a few of the little screw holders. These little golden things right here are also missing from their little pegs. So I'm eventually also going to get a new top. I'm going to eventually have to get a new top casing for the keyboard and whatnot. But if I actually go and plug this thing into my TV, which I'm going to do very shortly. But as you can tell, the computer still fully boots up without a problem, still fully works. The only two major issues with this particular laptop is the dedicated GPU decided to die on me, and I busted the LCD panel. Now if I actually go into control panel, and I go into device manager, normally what would happen is that it'll still be detected, but it'll show up as a unrecognized device. Because if I go to display, it still shows the integrated graphics from the i5. But as you can tell, there's no extra thing with an exclamation mark showing that it's there. Even though you'll see in a bit in the second part of this video, you'll see that the chip is physically on the motherboard of this computer. And I'll end it on this. Here are the drivers for my GPU. If I hit run, here's what happens. I'm not going to edit any of this out. Granted, I'm pretty certain this has already been very well documented and talked about on Acer's forums, but I want to have my own input for if that's not the case. I guess as this does its thing, I might as well actually explain what happened when the dedicated GPU in this thing died. I was playing GTA 5 basically on an external display like this, basically my mom's nice TV, which is a 1080p panel, just like this one here. I was playing GTA 5 for about a few hours or so with a wired Xbox 360 controller. And when I got done, I closed out of the game and I closed the lid and I put the computer to sleep. And when I got done doing whatever I was doing after that, I decided to open the computer back up and do something, play another game. And what I noticed is that the thing wouldn't swap over to the dedicated GPU, which again is at a 940 MX. And after a while trying to troubleshoot it from reinstalling Windows 10, reapplying the thermal paste, all sorts of other crap, I eventually got pissed off at this thing and threw it on the ground. Hence the broken LCD panel and the broken bomb panel here. Now I've actually had this thing for quite a while, and I only just finally got around to doing it. So this is about I've had this thing for 2 years now, maybe 3 years now, and I only finally just got around to it. And that's because I've been so mad at this thing, especially considering my mother is the one that actually bought me this thing for Christmas a few years back. She spent $800 on this thing. So that's $800 literally down the tubes for a laptop I actually bought to be a basically a beginner gaming laptop for me. Granted, my main system, which is this guy right here, is far superior and far newer, but every now and then I want to play my games on my lap out in the kitchen. But I can't do that. I haven't been able to do that now for years. The closest thing I can use is this Lenovo laptop with a quad core, I believe it's either quad or dual core, with an AMD APU. But the only thing this thing can really play is Sims. And as you can tell, Nvidia can't, for some reason, not detect the fact that there's a GPU inside this thing. Even though the next part of this video, you'll notice me taking the cooler off and actually physically showing you that the Nvidia chip is soldered to the board. Again, like I said, I don't expect Acer to repair this thing, but I really just want an answer to if this is a known problem with a specific laptop or not. Again, $800 is literally down the drain. Also, the next part of this video will be recorded from my phone here, so the quality is going to be a bit different. But you'll still be able to fully see the GPU and everything. I did also manage to dent the cooling pipe, but it doesn't seem to actually physically affect its actual ability to keep everything cool. Though it might be time to get me a new thermal pad. And as you can tell, here is the i5 processor, and here is that Nvidia processor that is on my motherboard. Give me a second to autofocus. As you clearly can tell, this computer I have from Acer does in fact have the 940MX. Even though it's refusing to be detected in the computer itself, it is physically on the motherboard and is in perfect condition. Again, like I said, I don't expect Acer to actually help me, considering how in poor condition this thing is. But I would like an answer to why this GPU just randomly died after me playing GTA 5 for a few hours. Everything else on this thing still works, but still, it's really annoying that my mother has. Even my mom's mad, but she never did anything about it. But it's a real shame that an $800 computer we bought, well, my mother bought for Christmas, just has its GPU just randomly die on me for no reason at all.